Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and remain standing for the singing of the first verse of the national anthem. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated. Degree candidates and guests, due to the threat for inclement weather, all school and department ceremonies for today will take place in inclement weather locations. A list of these are in the back of your finals program. The President of the University.
Mr. Rector, members of the Board of Visitors, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Today marks the end of the 186th academic session. And while there might be some rain this afternoon, there's sunshine in our hearts. These exercises are the university's most joyful occasion when we gather to award degrees and celebrate the achievements of the graduating class. Today, we confer degrees on graduates from 10 of the university's schools and, for the first time, the Data Science Institute. Yesterday, we conferred degrees on the College and Graduate School of Arts and Sciences. All members of the class of 2015 and their families can join in the spirit of celebration for this festive weekend. I should acknowledge that we are celebrating this weekend's final exercises without some of our student athletes. Members of the men's and women's tennis teams are competing in the NCAA tournament. And yesterday, our women's rowing team won the ACC championship. So for those student athletes who can't be with us, we wish them the best of luck. Our music today is provided by the 392nd Army Band from Fort Lee, Virginia, under the direction of Warrant Officer 1 Kevin L. Pick. And the Army, Navy, and Air Force ROTC students presented the colors. Let's give them a round of applause. As we begin, I'd like to recognize several members of our leadership team who will soon step down from their posts and ask them to stand when I mention their name. John Simon is stepping down as Executive Vice President and Provost next month to become President at Lehigh University. John? Two of our academic deans are completing very successful tenures as deans. Jim Ayler, Dean of the School of Engineering and Applied Science. And Bob Bruner, Dean of the Darden School of Business. I would also like to recognize Dr. Randolph Canterbury for his leadership. As interim dean of the School of Medicine. All of these leaders have influenced the university in profound ways, and I'm grateful for their service. Today's ceremony is a celebration of families as well as students. For parents whose sons and daughters receive degrees today, we acknowledge your commitments that began long before your students came here to study. Our admiration extends to the grandparents, aunts, uncles, and other family members and friends who supported, nurtured, and encouraged these men and women. We also recognize the spouses and children of some of our students who made sacrifices and offered encouragement to make this day possible. Students, will you please join me in applause for your family members? These final exercises celebrate the contributions of our teaching, research, and support faculty and the staff members who work in many different occupations across the grounds. Each diploma symbolizes the vitality of our faculty's endeavors, their passion for learning, their efforts to engage others in intellectual discourse, their ability to inspire the pursuit of knowledge. Staff members provide critical support for the academic enterprise. Our graduating students are the beneficiaries of the hard work and dedication of both our faculty and staff. Students, will you join me in a round of applause for the faculty and staff members? Of course, the greatest accomplishment belongs to those of you who earn your degrees today. You have earned your degrees at a university that stands as a national and global emblem of excellence in public education. You participated thoughtfully and actively in building foundations of quality within the university for today and for tomorrow, an effort that adds a durable value to the degrees conferred on you today. You committed yourselves to the values that define this university: honor, service, diversity, leadership, and accountability for yourself and your peers. You have lived what you have learned. Today you achieve your degrees. Tomorrow, the knowledge and habits of mind that you have acquired here will become tools for understanding the world to which you go.
the Rector of the University.
Greetings. On behalf of the Board of Visitors, it is my honor to welcome and offer best wishes to all of the graduates, their families, and friends. Today marks a moment in all our lives truly worth celebrating. It is a culmination of the efforts of you, the students, your families, and friends who helped you on your journey, and the outstanding faculty and staff, and without them, this would not be possible. Today, you will become graduates of the University of Virginia and inherit the legacy of those who came before you. We hope you see in your future the promise that we so clearly see in you. Rest assured, that bright future will come. But first, let us use this opportunity, this moment of reflection, to recognize the many individuals in your journey. Your achievement here and those that you will accomplish in the future represent the work of all of those involved in creating and sustaining the vision for this great university throughout history. The first members to serve on the Board of Visitors were faced with almost insurmountable obstacles to achieving their goal and establishing this university. Through persistence and dogged determination, they succeeded. On occasion, this past year, we felt that the obstacles that we had before us were greater than ever before. But history tells us otherwise. I want to take this opportunity to thank you, President Sullivan, the deans, vice presidents, and my fellow members of the Board of Visitors for your efforts, which were often unseen and under-realized. Indeed, your labors preserve and nourish this great institution. One of this university's most defining characteristics is its architecture. Its physical presence is a treasure of American history. As our graduating class knows well, the work being done to maintain and sustain this environment is arduous and takes place around the clock. Think of the workers you've passed on your way to class and be grateful for their contributions. But I also want to recognize those who labored to build the original grounds. As time goes on, we appreciate more and more the legacy of those first builders. We honor the memory of those workers, free and enslaved, by recognizing their efforts as we walk the very same steps that they set in brick and stone. To our caring, dedicated, and outstanding faculty, we owe a great debt. Perhaps this year more than ever. For we witness the depth of your commitment to the students' well-being. You indeed are more than teachers. You are invested members of this university community. And in your role as educators, you are the first line of contact with students. More than anyone else, you have witnessed the growth and development, and indeed have been an integral part of it. Your leadership is truly appreciated. The contributions of our loyal and engaged alumni also bear mentioning. To join their ranks is to join the ranks of a global community, bonded by a common fellowship. This institution depends on their contributions, and thus your experience as well. So we hope as graduates, you will feel a lifelong bond to this university and to the benefit of future students, just as you have benefited from those who came before you. Now we arrive at the support of your loving family and friends. Many of these allies are here in attendance today, whether a grandparent, a sibling, a mother, a father, a friend, a relative, or a partner. There is someone who has been irreplaceable as a confidant, counselor, or career advisor. Be sure to let them know today how much you appreciate their support. This year, more than any in recent memory, we've had to put on gloves and enter the ring when confronted with repeated tragedies and equally difficult but necessary questions about how we can make student life more just. To that end, I extend a special note of thanks to Dean Groves, Dean Aramo, Vice President Lampkin, and everyone else whose job it has been to deal with the events on a daily basis. And when I say everyone, I mean the administrators who had to represent the university to the public in the face of controversy, the faculty for renewing their investment in the lives of our students, and the counselors and professionals of CAPS and the Women's Center and elsewhere who supported our students in times of distress. But above all, it's you, the students, who have kept the wheels turning and the engine running when the emotional fuel light began blinking. I was once a student here, and I sat where you sit and stood where you stand. And I'm deeply thankful and proud to work for students who don't lie down and accept the status quo. It is through your collective efforts that we will shape and reshape this institution to be the most just, safe, and prosperous place possible. What then has been the result of this collective effort? Indeed, every student's experience is unique, but we as educators and advisors have tried to do is to provide you with a chance to explore options, to find what you're capable of, to develop your knowledge, abilities, and perspectives. We have offered you a guiding light, the founding principles of this university: honor, civility, integrity, open and robust inquiry, service to others, responsible citizenship, student self-governance, and leadership development. In return, you have left an indelible mark on this community through your contributions to academics, research, community service, student-run organizations. The task now is to take those hard-earned tools and apply them to the never-ending project of refinement and improvement. This day is a day of celebration for your achievements and a recognition of the history that you will leave behind, and also the future that you will establish through your collective effort. So to the class of 2015, I offer a heartfelt congratulations, and may God bless you richly. And now it is my distinct pleasure to introduce our speaker, a man whose service to the university and commitment to its ability to provide the best possible preparation for its graduates is exceptional. Robert F. Bruner is the 8th and current dean of the Darden Graduate School of Business Administration. He is a native of the Chicago area. He took his BA from Yale and later an MBA and DBA from Harvard. Prior to arriving in Charlottesville, he lectured and conducted research for Harvard University, Simmons College, and Northeastern University. To do justice to the impact he has had on the university, it is necessary to recognize the different facets of his service. His commitment to teaching and research here at the university, his involvement in raising the bar for quality instruction nationally and internationally, and his contributions as an author and researcher in his field. Dean Bruner has been a member of the Darden faculty since 1982 and is currently the Charles C. Abbott Professor of Business Administration and Distinguished Professor of Business Administration. While at Darden, he has guided 2 curriculum redesign efforts, crystallizing Darden's specific approach to management education, which of course has helped it achieve the high status it enjoys today. Additionally, he has served as a visiting professor at Columbia and the European Institute for Business Administration in France and the IESE Business School in Spain. Committed to the refinement and honing of effective teaching methods, he chaired a task force on the globalization of management education in 2011, which published a report urging education leaders to rise to the challenges of globalization. In 2012, he was awarded the prestigious Raven Award by the Raven Society. To list all of his accomplishments, indeed, we would be here until Memorial Day. But I will share a few more. As a researcher, Dean Bruner has published 21 books, including The Panic of 1907, Lessons Learned from the Market's Perfect Storm, and Deals from Hell, about the mechanisms behind failed mergers and acquisitions. He has had nearly 40 peer or editorially reviewed articles, ranging from studies of emerging markets to mergers and acquisitions and corporate restructuring. Additionally, he has made a regularly updated blog, a mix of reflections and recommendations. Prior to serving as the Dean of Darden, he was a founding executive member of the Batten Institute, where he established a fellows program and pushed for an emphasis on research and the expansion of core subjects. His work has helped the Institute on a path to nurturing and equipping students to be innovative leaders and entrepreneurs. On August 1st, he will step down from his position as Dean of the Darden School and return to his responsibilities as a faculty member. We are indebted to him for his 10 years of service, and it's going to be hard to see you leave, Bob, leave as Dean. But please join me in welcoming Dean Robert Bruner.
Rector Martin, President Sullivan, visitors, distinguished guests, members of the faculty and staff, and the class of 2015. I'm grateful to the graduation committee for this opportunity to speak to you. I understand I may be the first faculty member in quite some time to address the commencement ceremony, and I must say it's tough to follow an entertainment celebrity and the governor of this Commonwealth, both of whom have given remarks on this stage in the last 48 hours. I agree with them about the lamentable events visited upon UVA this year. I agree that higher education is critical to the future of this Commonwealth. What more can be said? I feel like the late Elizabeth Taylor's 8th husband. I mean, I know what needs to be done. The challenge is how to make it interesting. So I'd like to take up a new theme and invite you to picture this. A young girl falls down a rabbit hole and embarks on a fantastical journey. She doesn't seem to feel lost, but she's looking for directions. Lewis Carroll's Alice in Wonderland describes the point at which Alice encounters the Cheshire Cat. And Alice says, Would you please tell me which way I ought to go from here? That depends a good deal on where you want to get to, said the cat. I don't much care where, said Alice. Then it doesn't matter which way you go, said the cat. So long as I get somewhere, Alice added as an explanation. Oh, you're sure to do that, said the cat, if you only walk long enough. From this exchange comes the adage, if you don't know where you're going, any road will take you there. Today is a good day to reflect on these themes of limitless possibilities, of seeking direction, of taking roads, and of trying to get somewhere. Now, I know from long experience that around this time of year, friends and loved ones ask students, where are you going? What's next? What do you intend to make of yourself? You've probably received all sorts of advice, much of it unsolicited and pointing in all kinds of different directions. Fame, fortune, fun, and so on. The big question is, where should you go with your life? My advice is, you should go where you believe you can do your best work. You should go where you believe you can do your best work. One could deconstruct that sentence in fine detail, but today, focus on just two of these words, best work. These are radical in orienting you to a high standard, and they imply the existence of a compass, one you can turn to in every wonderland you stumble into. Its true north is something called best work. Your time at UVA has given you the outlines of the compass and true north. Your challenge in the days to come is to fill in the details. The word best directs you to think about what you really value, how you define success. Here's where the lures of fame, fortune, fun crop up. These are the conventional view of success. But there's a different way of thinking about your work. What is best is necessarily service to a calling. Many of you graduating today have a job lined up, and some of you don't. But all of you do have a calling, which is to live a life that is worth living. To get a life is not about getting a job. It is about getting a calling. This is hard work. It takes courage, grace, strength, and wisdom. Making a living is hard enough, but making a calling is even harder and more fulfilling. It is gained by going where you can do your best work. A calling is felt, not seen. One knows a calling imperfectly, as if viewed through a glass darkly. One's best work is observable. A calling is a sense of intent. Best work is the instrument of that intent. Calling is mission. Best work is implementation. There are many in the worldwide UVA community who garnered all the trappings of conventional success, but did so as a consequence of their service to a calling. Some have jobs at the very top of their field, where their service as leaders is prominent. Others served a calling in equally important but less obvious ways. Let me cite some examples. Within the faculty and staff at UVA, we have many who inspire us by the way they have lived out their calling. I have been touched by Marva Barnett, Kenneth Elzinga, Dennis Proffitt, Ed Freeman, Amanda Mills, John Colley, Pat Lampkin, and so many others that time would not allow me to tell. And I suppose the same is true for all of you. These exemplars found their best work to be in one field and at this place for many years. Other sons and daughters of UVA traced their calling down unexpected paths. For instance, Will Shorts delights millions of readers each day as the crossword puzzle editor for the New York Times. One might not guess that he graduated from UVA's School of Law in 1977. Carolyn Miles is the CEO of Save the Children. She is taking action to address the endemic deprivation faced by millions of children in poverty. One might not guess that after graduating from Darden, she started out in consumer marketing. Toby Cosgrove graduated from UVA's medical school in 1966 and was inspired by new concepts of healthcare delivery. He moved beyond his job as a surgeon to follow a calling into general management. Today, he is the CEO of the Cleveland Clinic. Michael O'Neill majored in art history and served in the U.S. Marines. Then he followed a calling into the turnarounds of banks. Today, he's taking action to save jobs and restore confidence and stability in one of the largest financial institutions in the world as chairman of the board of Citigroup. Now, among all such exemplars, I see several attributes. Best work comes from within. If you're waiting for a mentor or headhunter to tell you what to do, forget it. You must listen for the still, small voice of a calling. Best work is persistent. It does not give up easily. It is a marathon, not a sprint. And when it hits an obstacle, it may drop back to pursue the calling from a different angle, or it may morph over time. For instance, at some points in life, one's best work is to be a learner and follower. At other points, your best work will be as a teacher, leader, or mentor. Best work harnesses serendipity. It may dabble, experiment, and try stuff, all with a purpose. Creative writing and curiosity-driven research are kinds of purposive wandering. Therefore, best work may well not occur according to a well-crafted life plan or within conventional boundaries of a discipline or career track. Best work sparkles most in the details, such as the ending semiquaver of a soprano, the wrist action of a surgeon, the just right word of the poet, or the moment a business leader takes to encourage an employee. Best work heeds no venue. It gets done both in the big title corner offices and at the entry level of an organization, or among friends, family, and neighbors. It could entail serving a community, nurturing loved ones, or repairing some nagging interpersonal problem. A calling always begins with the question, how can I serve others, right here and now? Best work makes meaning, and meaning about what you do, no matter the uncertainties you face, gives courage to take sensible risks. Followers need leaders who give meaning. Meaning creates resilience with which to withstand setbacks and failures. And finding meaning in life's big transitions supports one's sense of growth. Best work leaves the world a better place. It isn't just sufficient to do no harm. Your best work must serve justice, mercy, integrity, joy, and other virtues that constitute a society in which we'd all like to live. Finally, best work is its own reward. It is not triumphal. If you frequently need applause or a gold medal to keep you going, you're likely not at your calling. If your only goal is a pile of money, you will never achieve it. Financial success is really a reward for other achievements, such as invention, efficiency, strategic insight, or delighting someone. Service to a calling is about doing something well, and it summons achievements that transcend any resume, achievements that build character and soul, around which your eulogy will be written someday. In the final analysis, best work may not feel like work at all. The foundation of your future best works was forged here with bonds of friendship, with teaching and scholarship that stretched you, and with the acquisition of leadership skills that can never be written in code, but are now in your DNA. Celebrate that. Smile. You came here to learn how to be a leader, and you leave here with the obligation to lead in your life. So the Cheshire Cat got it about right. Each and every one of us is bound to wind up somewhere if we walk long enough. But just getting somewhere does not fulfill the faith placed in you by family, friends, this university, and even by the aspirations of our founder, Thomas Jefferson. You should go where you believe that you can do your best work, and the best work serves a calling. Everything else, money, fame, power, leisure, is ancillary. Don't waste your life changing those. And hopefully, thanks to UVA, you don't have to, because you now have a compass. Follow it, trust it. And if, like Alice, you stumble into a rabbit's hole from time to time, there's no need for the Cheshire Cat. The direction is to be found in your calling. Thank you for the privilege and trust you have given all of us to be your teachers. We now become your students. Teach us about the future, which we now bestow to you with all blessings. Now go and do your best work. Thank you.
Thank you, Dean Bruner. The Chair of the University of Virginia Alumni Association Board of Managers.
Gentlemen and gentlewomen of this university, good morning. I'm quite confident that Mr. Jefferson is most pleased with the pageantry and tradition of these final exercises as he also joins us today. I'm Steve Smiley, Chairman of the Board of Managers of the Alumni Association, and it is my privilege to welcome you to a very elite group. Welcome to the more than 200,000 alumni of UVA spread all over the world who want to know about you and share with you the common bond that is this wonderful university. I'm also here to tell you a secret. It's a secret that alumni of the university already know, but can only be revealed to you today, right now. If the university has become home to you, it will remain your home, and you will always be welcome here. If these have been the best years of your life so far, if this is where you grew up, if this is where you have forged a path forward for yourself and generously showed respect and compassion for others along the way, this is home to you. If this is the place where incandescent moments of incredible teaching and learning took place, or if this is a place where your academic career was salvaged through the good graces of caring faculty, this is really home to you. If this is a place where you have built lifelong friendships, if this is a place where you have suffered disappointments and heartaches and learned to reason through them, if this is a place where you've also known successes and even victories and learned to be humble about them, this is home. As alumni of the University of Virginia, grounded in its beliefs, traditions, and ideals, you will now go forward, seeking new challenges and new experiences. In happy and difficult times, the university is always here for you. This is home. Join the Alumni Association. Get involved with the local UVA club wherever you have the good fortune to settle. Give back. Continue to love this place unconditionally. Treat it with the respect it deserves. Thank you. God bless you. Go Hoos!
And now the President of the University.
Thank you, Mr. Smiley. The university is fortunate to have so many loyal alumni who are remarkably dedicated to their alma mater. Those of you who graduate today have benefited from the generosity of our alumni, parents, and friends. who make gifts to the university to improve the quality of life and learning here. Because of their generosity in recent years, we have wonderful new buildings, such as the South Lawn, Bavaro Hall, Rice Hall, Lacey Hall, the Emily Couric Clinical Cancer Center, the Ivy Foundation Translational Research Building, the Battle Building, and many others. We have wonderful programs, such as the Jefferson Public Citizens Program, the College Art Scholars, the Contemplative Sciences Center, the Data Science Institute, the Cavalier Marching Band, and the Frank Batten School of Leadership and Public Policy. Loyal donors have helped to make all of this possible in recent years. And you yourselves have joined this tradition of giving through your class gift. In the undergraduate fourth-year class, 61% of students participated. In the School of Medicine, 82% of students participated. And the School of Law class of 2015 also achieved an 82% participation rate. And in the Darden class of 2015, 98% of students participated. These gifts strengthen the university in significant ways, and thank you for your generosity even before you have left the grounds. There are profiles of some members of the class of 2015 that have appeared on the university's website and in the Cavalier Daily in recent weeks. Their stories are remarkable, and I encourage you to read them. Each graduate here today has his or her own story of hard work and perseverance. Some of this weekend's graduating students worked diligently to complete their degrees early. 91 students earned their baccalaureate degrees in 3 years, and 2 did so in only 2 years. In recognition of their effort and as a symbol of their achievement, these students are wearing special orange stoles today, and I invite them to stand. We congratulate you on this accomplishment. And I welcome you to the Order of the Orange Stole. Awards and scholarships are one measure of the excellence of the class. Among our graduating students this weekend are 2 finalists for the Rhodes, a finalist for the Marshall Scholarship, 9 recipients of Fulbright scholarships, 2 recipients of Beckman scholarships, 1 recipient of a Keenan Fellowship, 1 recipient of a Davis Prize for Peace, and 1 Humanity in Action Fellow. 6 undergraduate degree candidates received university awards for projects in the arts, and 37 received Harrison Undergraduate Research Awards. Many of our students engage in some form of research while at UVA. In this weekend's graduating class, 40 students participated in the Jefferson Public Citizens Program to combine research and service. 7 students received double WHO research grants that allow undergraduate and graduate student teams to work together on research. And 5 students received community-based undergraduate research grants. You are a class committed to service. Many of this weekend's graduating students have volunteered through a variety of venues, including Madison House, to serve in many roles, and others participated in service learning classes or alternative spring breaks. This kind of experience is powerful for everyone involved. And you have lived and learned at a truly global university. Some 1,022 of this weekend's graduating students came to UVA from other countries. And almost 30% of our graduating students participated in some form of education or research abroad. Thomas Jefferson built a university based on the illimitable freedom of the human mind, so that students would be free, in his words, to explore and expose every subject susceptible of its contemplation. Our students have fulfilled Jefferson's vision by exploring the boundless possibilities of learning. And therefore, I ask you to please join me in a round of applause for the entire class of 2015. All of today's degree candidates are listed in your program, including those who completed the requirements for their degrees in December or last August. Today we will award 1,396 baccalaureate degrees, 526 first professional degrees, Juris Doctor and Medical Doctor, 2,162 graduate degrees, including 1,769 master's degrees, 27 education specialist degrees, 344 doctors of philosophy, 10 doctors of education, 1 doctor of juridical science, and 11 doctors of nursing practice. And now, under authority vested in the general faculty, and by it delegated to me, I will award the several degrees. The deans of the university will present the candidates for degrees.
And now, the Executive Vice President and Provost of the University, John Simon.
The Dean of the School of Medicine.
The candidates for the degree of Doctor of Medicine will please rise and remain standing. Madam President, as the interim dean of the School of Medicine, I have the honor to present these candidates who have fulfilled the requirements for the degree of Doctor of Medicine.
I confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Medicine with all the rights and privileges thereto belonging. I charge you to use your training to heal the sick, sustain the well, protect the welfare of the young, the old, and all who seek your care and counsel.
The Doctors of Medicine will please be seated.
The Dean of the School of Law.
Madam President, as Dean of the School of Law, I have the honor to present in absentia one candidate who has fulfilled the requirements for the degree of Doctor of Juridical Science.
I confer upon this student in absentia the degree of Doctor of Juridical Science with all the rights and privileges thereunto belonging.
The candidates for the degree of Master of Laws will please rise and remain standing. Madam President, I have the honor to present these candidates who have fulfilled the requirements for the degree of Master of Laws.
I confer upon you the degree of Master of Laws with all the rights and privileges thereunto belonging, and charge you to use your advanced knowledge of the law in pursuit of justice and the betterment of humanity.
Masters of Laws will please be seated. The candidates for the degree of Juris Doctor will please rise and remain standing. Madam President, I have the honor to present these candidates who have fulfilled the requirements for the degree of Juris Doctor.
I confer upon you the degree of Juris Doctor with all the rights and privileges thereunto belonging, and charge you to preserve individual liberties, freedom, and justice through the process of the law.
The Juris Doctors will please be seated.
The Dean of the School of Engineering and Applied Science.
The candidates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Engineering and Applied Science will please rise and remain standing. Madam President, as Dean of the School of Engineering and Applied Science, I have the honor to present these candidates who have fulfilled the requirements for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Engineering and Applied Science.
I confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Engineering and Applied Science, with all the rights and privileges thereunto belonging. I charge you to pursue discoveries and inventions for the betterment of humanity, to work on the frontiers of applied knowledge, and to communicate to the next generation the excitement of science.
The Doctors of Philosophy in Engineering and Applied Science will please be seated. The candidates for master's degrees in Engineering and Applied Science will please rise and remain standing. Madam President, I have the honor to present these candidates who have fulfilled the requirements for master's degrees in Engineering and Applied Science.
I confer upon you the master's degree in Engineering and Applied Science with all the rights and privileges thereunto belonging, and charge you to pursue rigorous research that advances modern technology and sustains human life.
The Masters of Engineering and Applied Science will please be seated. The candidates for the bachelor's degrees in Engineering and Applied Science will please rise and remain standing. Madam President, I have the honor to present these candidates who have fulfilled the requirements for bachelor's degrees in Engineering and Applied Science.
I confer upon you the bachelor's degree in Engineering and Applied Science. With all the rights and privileges thereunto belonging, and charge you to use your knowledge and skills to transform the principles of science and mathematics into new and useful technologies.
The bachelors in Engineering and Applied Science will please be seated.
The Dean of the Curry School of Education.
The candidates for the degrees of Doctor of Philosophy in Education, Doctor of Education, or Education Specialist will please rise and remain standing. Madam President, as Dean of the Curry School of Education, I have the honor to present these candidates who have fulfilled the requirements for the degrees of Doctor of Philosophy in Education, Doctor of Education, or Education Specialist.
I confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Education, Doctor of Education, or Education Specialist, with all the rights and privileges thereunto belonging, and I charge you to pursue research that will support teachers' work and advance student learning in the nation's schools and colleges.
The Doctors of Philosophy in Education, Doctors of Education, and Education Specialists will please be seated. The candidates for the degree of Master of Education or Master of Teaching will please rise and remain standing. Madam President, I have the honor to present these candidates who have fulfilled the requirements for the degree of Master of Education or Master of Teaching.
I confer upon you the degree of Master of Education or Master of Teaching with all the rights and privileges thereunto belonging, and charge you to be creative in stimulating learning and in conveying to your students the responsibilities that belong to educated citizens in a free nation.
The Masters of Education and Masters of Teaching will please be seated. The candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Education will please rise and remain standing. Madam President, I have the honor to present these candidates who have fulfilled the requirements for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Education.
I confer upon you the degree of Bachelor of Science in Education with all the rights and privileges thereunto belonging, and I charge you to use your knowledge, skills, and compassion to enrich the lives of the people whom you will serve in your professions.
The Bachelors of Science in Education will please be seated.
The Dean of the Darden Graduate School of Business Administration. Congratulations, Bob. It's your last.
The candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Business Administration will rise and please remain standing. Madam President, I have the honor to present this candidate who has fulfilled the requirements for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Business Administration.
I confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Business Administration with all the rights and privileges thereunto belonging. I charge you to use your knowledge and research skills to promote innovation, progress, and equity in business administration.
The Doctor of Philosophy in Business Administration will please be seated. The candidates for the degree of Master of Business Administration will please rise and remain standing. Madam President, I have the honor to present these candidates who have fulfilled the requirements for the degree of Master of Business Administration.
I confer upon you the degree of Master of Business Administration with all the rights and privileges thereunto belonging, and challenge you to bring innovation, the entrepreneurial spirit, and ethical integrity to your leadership in practical affairs in this nation and in the world.
The Masters of Business Administration will please be seated.
The Dean of the School of Architecture.
The candidates for the degrees of Master of Architectural History, Architecture, Landscape Architecture, or Urban and Environmental Planning will please rise and remain standing. Madam President, as Dean of the School of Architecture, I have the honor to present these candidates who fulfilled the requirements for the degree of Master of Architectural History, Architecture, Landscape Architecture, or Urban and Environmental Planning.
I confer upon you the appropriate master's degree with all the rights and privileges thereunto belonging, and charge you to shape rich and humane environments that acknowledge the heritage of the past while anticipating the needs of the future.
The Masters of Architectural History, Architecture, Landscape Architecture, and Urban and Environmental Planning will please be seated. The candidates for the degrees of Bachelor of Architectural History, Bachelor of Science in Architecture, or Bachelor of Urban and Environmental Planning will please rise and remain standing. Madam President, I have the honor to present these candidates who have fulfilled the requirements for the degree of Bachelor of Architectural History, Bachelor of Science in Architecture, or Bachelor of Urban and Environmental Planning.
I confer upon you the appropriate bachelor's degree with all the rights and privileges thereunto belonging, and charge you to use your knowledge to preserve and shape environments that inform and magnify the quality of life itself.
The Bachelors of Architectural History, Bachelors of Science in Architecture, and the Bachelors of Urban and Environmental Planning will please be seated.
The Dean of the School of Nursing.
The candidates for the degree of Doctor of Nursing Practice will please rise and remain standing. Madam President, as Dean of the School of Nursing, I have the honor to present these candidates who have fulfilled the requirements for the degree of Doctor of Nursing Practice.
I confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Nursing Practice with all the rights and privileges thereunto belonging, and I charge you to apply your specialized knowledge and abilities to the work of enhancing the profession of nursing as you enter practice or as you teach aspiring nurses.
The Doctors of Nursing Practice will please be seated. The candidates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Nursing will please rise and remain standing. Madam President, I have the honor to present these candidates who have fulfilled the requirements for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Nursing.
I confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Nursing with all the rights and privileges thereunto belonging, and I challenge you to pursue research that will shape the future of healthcare.
The Doctors of Philosophy will please be seated. The candidates for the degree of Master of Science in Nursing will please rise and remain standing. Madam President, I have the honor to present these candidates who have fulfilled the requirements for the degree of Master of Science in Nursing.
I confer upon you the degree of Master of Science in Nursing with all the rights and privileges thereunto belonging, and I charge you to use your advanced knowledge and skills to promote the health and well-being of the individuals, families, and communities that you serve.
The Masters of Science in Nursing will please be seated. The candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Nursing will please rise and remain standing. Madam President, I have the honor to present these candidates who fulfilled the requirements for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Nursing.
I confer upon you the degree of Bachelor of Science in Nursing with all the rights and privileges thereunto belonging, and I challenge you to promote human health and to strive to improve the lives of persons in need.
The Bachelors of Science in Nursing will please be seated.
The Dean of the McIntire School of Commerce.
The candidates for the degrees of Master of Science in Accounting, Commerce, or the Management of Information Technology will please rise and remain standing. Madam President, as Dean of the McIntire School of Commerce, I have the honor to present these candidates who have fulfilled the requirements for the degree of Master of Science in Accounting, Commerce, or the Management of Information Technology.
I confer upon you the degree of Master of Science in Accounting, Commerce, or Management of Information Technology with all the rights and privileges thereunto belonging. I encourage you to use your business knowledge and decision-making skills to help organizations create value and use their resources responsibly for the benefit of citizens throughout the world.
The Masters of Science in Accounting, Commerce, and the Management of Information Technology will please be seated. The candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Commerce will please rise and remain standing. Madam President, I have the honor to present these candidates who have fulfilled the requirements for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Commerce.
I confer upon you the degree of Bachelor of Science in Commerce with all the rights and privileges thereunto belonging, and I encourage you to create value and improve the world through your business skills, ever aware of the implications of business decisions for society and our environment.
The Bachelors of Science in Commerce will please be seated.
The Dean of the School of Continuing and Professional Studies.
The candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Interdisciplinary Studies will please rise and remain standing. Madam President, as Dean of the School of Continuing and Professional Studies, I have the honor to present these candidates who have fulfilled the requirements for the degree of Bachelor of Interdisciplinary Studies.
I confer upon you the degree of Bachelor of Interdisciplinary Studies with all the rights and privileges thereunto belonging. I commend your commitment to lifelong learning, and I challenge you to continue in that spirit as you apply your university education to your chosen profession.
The Bachelors of Interdisciplinary Studies will please be seated.
The Dean of the Frank Batten School of Leadership and Public Policy.
Candidates for the degree of Master of Public Policy, please rise and remain standing. Madam President, as Dean of the Frank Batten School of Leadership and Public Policy, I have the honor to present these candidates who have fulfilled the requirements for the degree of Master of Public Policy.
I confer upon you the degree of Master of Public Policy with all the rights and privileges thereunto belonging, and charge you to use your new knowledge and skills to provide strong leadership in the careers and communities you enter, and to craft wise, morally sound, and well-informed roadmaps for our republic and the greater global community.
Masters of Public Policy, please be seated. Candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Public Policy and Leadership, please rise and remain standing. Madam President, as Dean of the Frank Batten School of Leadership and Public Policy, I have the honor to present these candidates who have fulfilled the requirements for the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Public Policy and Leadership.
I confer upon you the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Public Policy and Leadership with all the rights and privileges thereunto belonging, and encourage you to use what you have learned here to serve our nation and the world through your work in government, education, nonprofit, and private sectors.
The Bachelors of Arts in Public Policy and Leadership will please be seated.
The Director of the Data Science Institute.
The candidates for the degree of Master of Science in Data Science will please rise and remain standing. Madam President, as Director of the Data Science Institute, I have the honor to present these candidates who have fulfilled the requirements for the degree of Master of Science in Data Science.
I confer upon you the degree of Master of Science with all the rights and privileges thereunto belonging, and charge you to use your knowledge and skills to continue exploring, analyzing, and safeguarding data to make discoveries to advance the world, while treating data ethically and with regard to the privacy rights of individuals.
The Masters of Science in Data Science will please be seated.
Congratulations to all of you. Today, you complete a portion of your life when you have lived and learned in this community. In the course of your lives, you will belong to many other communities and cultures, each with its own values and customs. I hope you will take with you the values that have distinguished you as students in this community of learners. If we have done right by you, you have already absorbed some of Mr. Jefferson's qualities of tough-mindedness, optimism, and determination to effect change. Consider the creations for which Thomas Jefferson wished to be remembered: Virginia's bill for establishing religious freedom, the Declaration of Independence of the United States of America, and the University of Virginia. And recall that each of these creations came as a result of perseverance, sacrifice, and a personal commitment to enduring values. Now, as you go, cultivate in yourselves the tenacity to hold elected officials and yourselves as well to strict account. Engage in the political process that builds durable and systematic change when change is due. Work as educated citizens to preserve individual freedom, your own, and the freedom of people who depend upon you. Contribute to the work that is essential to sustaining a democracy. And in all that you do, commit yourselves and your fortunes to the common good. Godspeed, and God bless you.
Department ceremonies will begin after graduates and their guests have ample time to reach the ceremony sites. If your ceremony is scheduled to begin at 1 o'clock or sooner, please proceed directly to your diploma ceremony. And now, graduates, please stand for the singing of the good old song.